So I just had a flashback of my experience on Ra's ship. It is Thursday the 29th of August, 4:11 p.m. So I remember it's like really like freaky, I guess is the word that came to mind. Because the whole ship's conscious, what I just seen. I found the portal back into the memories, which is what I remember from being sat up in bed and Ra beaming all this energy from his ship to me. Is I see an image of this image came through with the energy. And I remember this, but I didn't know what the image was. It was so fast. But now I see that image as, I think it was the ship possibly, or possibly the ship docked at a station even. Thinking back to what I remember, like going at a portal out the top of a ship, almost going out there was this sort. I was in a saucer. I remember it as being round, but I don't know. I think, or no, the centre of it was round, and it seemed to be round. The room I was in, so it could have been a saucer, but it doesn't resonate really. And at some point I remember going out like a portal in the roof, like a little hatch in the top, so as if it was going out into a space station. So I think we maybe docked on a space station on the moon, but that's just intuition. But what I do remember, what I've started to just have some interesting visions of, and I think it's a true memory, because it's almost like a new level of consciousness, a new level of experience for me, just to even remember this. It's like the whole ship, Ra's ship, was like conscious, and there's like screens everywhere, and it was just like almost like TV screens on the walls, around the walls, but more holographic sort of. And but they were all conscious, and the consciousness in the room is it's all like you can almost touch the air, like the air is thick with consciousness, and and Ra's consciousness is everywhere in the ship, or the ship's expression of Ra's consciousness, or the expression of Ra as a ship is here, everywhere. And yeah, I just saw a sight of it, and it was really intense, and the whole ship's conscious, and it's almost like stepping out of the dream of Earth, because you're stepping that's exactly what it feels like, what I remember now. It's literally stepping out of the dream of Earth into more like going to heaven. I mean, it's possibly even dimensional levels above heaven, I don't know. And so, being on Ra's ship, probably not, maybe, who knows. I sense probably not, but I don't know. And so I'm getting really ungrounded talking about this. I feel like I'm going on Ra's ship now, and yes, it just feels really spacious and peaceful. Reminds me of the energy of being stood in front of Ra's statue at the Egyptian Museum. I think it's Ra's energy, but it comes in different forms. Ra's energy can also come in an avian form, which is very chirpy, prrr, 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 and healing, very healing. But it's also got this very intense tinge to it. And yeah, so they're my latest recalls. And also there was one moment, cyclist coming. This this, and this head, almost I don't want to call it a decapitated head, because I don't think it ever had a body, and it was just this huge head. It was bigger than a human head. It was about, I don't know, maybe 8 times the size of a human head, and it was in a tank in the middle of Ra's ship. And I think it was another expression of Ra. I think it was Ra in some form. That feels almost right, perhaps right. Yeah, but it's like the mind of the universe, taking on the conscious form of a head. in the middle of Ra's ship to communicate with me. I mean, they maybe only put on this, I don't like to call it a dog and pony show, but it could be like just a dog and pony show for me. Like, we'll just manifest in this form because it's somewhat relatable to him, and so it felt like I went out into another dimension. Like I was in a room, and it was like a breather from being on Earth, like a rest, relaxing, like more normal states of consciousness, like way much higher than this, more like being in heaven, and yeah, and just remember this this head in the centre of the craft. It was almost like a test tube, a giant vial, like tank, cylindrical fish tank, aquarium in the middle of the room with just this head inside it. I'm not sure if there was liquid surrounding the head or not, but quite likely. And it was just, it was like I knew it from somewhere. It was like, oh yeah, I remember you. I am Ra, Lord of the Universe, King of the Kings, Destroyer of Obstacles, Absolver of all illusion. Shiva, Ra, I am.